My husband traveled 3 hours there and back. So an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back, because we found this. What is this, babe?
It's a wood chipper.
It's a wood chipper. We found it on Facebook Marketplace. The lady was asking for like $480. I tried to haggle her down to $350, but we settled on $400. And it takes big sticks and small sticks. And we're gonna try to make some mulch for the backyard. I'm pretty excited. It's eventually gonna go up to the 27-acre property because we wanna make a bunch of paths through the forest with a bunch of mulch. But I'm pumped, aren't you? Let's shred stuff, babe. Shred it. We ran out of sticks. And honestly, I don't feel like we got that much. We got a lot, don't get me wrong. But we definitely need this on the property. We're gonna have a never-ending supply of sticks for this thing. I love it. I guess we're not wood chipping today. Another rainy day here for us. We're getting a few in a row, I think. But it's nice because it's cooling things down. It's Monday. No work being done in the garden today. What are you filming? What are you... Oh my God. Oh my God. A beautiful salad made with the greens from the garden today. It's Wednesday, my dudes. Grass is getting a little long. Husband doing his husband duties. It's already looking much better. Thursday. Beautiful day in the garden. But I'm noticing something wrong in here. Can you see? This is looking very lime green. As is this guy. Like, that is not the proper color. This is a nice color. This is a nice color. This is not. This guy even, very yellow. So, did a little research on the Googles. Found out that this garden bed would like some nitrogen. I got nitrogen. I also got this really cute dog right here and this other really cute dog. But the nitrogen is here. Gaia Green, the blood meal. So I'm going to, I can't even open it. I'm going to open this. It's really powdery and yucky and gross. The dog's going to want to eat the dirt from the garden. But this should give them that quick spike of nitrogen that they really need. Because if you didn't know, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, oh Jesus, is how this is. So it's NPK. So since I need nitrogen, this is the right formula. There it is, exactly how you would expect. It's just dried blood. One of my friends got me these really cool gloves. So I might wear these to do it. But I also have this because you got to scratch it into the soil. The instructions are confusing to me, but my husband is measuring. You figured it out?
I need a calculator.
Oh, you need a calculator. Okay. Gardening is also math. Who knew? I'm also using this today. Yeah, it smells like a fish dinner, but that's not what it is. And it's not for dogs. Of course. Of course. I told my husband yesterday, this thing's gonna fall over. And look at it. It's going. It is going. It's going. So we're gonna tie it up. Oh shit, I made it worse. All right, I'm gonna tie it up with this to the ceiling, and this is just where it's gonna stay for the summer. It's a cherry tomato, but it's actually more like 3 cherry tomatoes in there. That's what I did. And welcome to June. Today is Sunday, June 2nd, and this is your garden tour update. Rainy day today. Lots of little droplets on the kale. I had to do a fertilize in this bed. I did that a couple of days ago. I am noticing some things are starting to get their green color back a little bit. That guy slowly starting to turn the color I like to see. So I think I did an okay job here. The dog has been trying to eat it. We're excited about the, whatever this is going to be. I had the label. It's like some sort of, I want to say an iris, but maybe I'm wrong. But that's going to flower soon, so that's exciting. The pond used to be in a bad way. There was string algae. It was a problem, but I noticed it kind of sorted its own shit out in the last little while, so I'm grateful about that. Coming around to the apples on the apple tree. The squirrels have been coming for them this year. Look at this. Squirrel. 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 So we are going to have some loss to the squirrels this year, unfortunately. The squirrels didn't know they were here until this year. The borage is doing really well. This needs to be weeded. The tomatoes are mostly doing well in here. We're getting some flowers already, so we should have tomatoes in a couple of weeks. He's doing good. Lots of little borage self-seeded in the garden. I just need to come through and pick them out. I like to pick them out when they're a little bit bigger. They're easier to get out. That tomato, not doing so great, but I have a tray of tomato starters, and I think I'm just going to replace it. Because this guy right beside him, doing awesome, already putting out some buds. Fig tree is coming back. Coming back with a vengeance. Look at it, right from the base. It's so weird. This tomato doing well. And all of our cucumbers, take a step back so we can see them all, are doing very well too. Lots of little cucumber flowers. Lots of flies and mosquitoes in this corner this year, I'm noticing. Wasn't that bad last year. I did a hard prune, very hard prune on these lavender bushes. You're not supposed to cut them back this hard and in the fall like I did, but they were just a disaster. And they are coming back, so you could hard prune your lavender, but I don't recommend it. This might not ever look good again, but we're hoping for the best. Some flowers are popping up here. I can't remember. I think they're called like penstemon or something. I can't fully remember. The columbine have been putting on a show. And the show has continued and continued and continued. They are absolutely gorgeous flowers. I just have to show them every time I walk by them. They've got these crazy little tendrils on the back. They're just so pretty. I meant to cut back these two, harvest the spices, and I never did. I probably still could. And I have been like using them here and there for food, spices on food and stuff this spring, but look at this. It is like it has got roots down here. It is not looking pretty when you look at it like that, but they're doing very well. There is garlic in this bed. That's doing okay. Some tomatoes here, these two tomatoes. Look, we're already getting a little baby tomato right there. And these two are doing good as well. We have some flowers on the peppers too. And I'm not the kind of person that like pinches off the early buds. I will let those early buds produce whatever they want to produce. All right. What else is there? In here, the onions that my husband brought home are doing all right. The peas are also doing okay, but they're kind of, I don't know. This one got off to a really quick start here and is like climbed really high, and then everything else has just stalled a bit. The garlic is insane in here. Look at it. It needs to be weeded so bad. There's a beautiful head of lettuce forming. There's a walnut tree in there. But I'm noticing some of the garlic scapes are coming up, so I'll be able to harvest those. My toad was stuck in here the other day. And that's my dog going crazy. Quickly over here, my little watermelon guy seems to be okay. I thought he was off to a bad start. We had a bit of yellowing and badness over here. Rude. Stop it. And then the tower is just declining because a lot of these things are cold season crops and leaf miners got a whole bunch of them. So I really need to take this all down, pull everything, eat what I can, and replant this. A lot of the trees my husband has in here are doing well. We have some sugar maples that are doing really well. The fig tree, even though it needs to be watered literally every day, it's doing good. Starting to give us some figs. Let me quickly show you. You can see the little round balls there. The little balls. And then here we have a tray of tomatoes that kind of got wrecked in the rain today. But I'm sure they'll be fine when the sun comes out. They'll all start going the right direction. All right. Greenhouse. Total mess right now. Wood chipper's in here. Wood chipper has something wrong with it. We need to replace a part. Of course, we did get it off like a Facebook Marketplace situation, and we're having gas leaking out of a carbon filter. So this is a carbon filter, and gas is leaking out of this. So we just need to exchange this piece. Shouldn't be too hard, shouldn't be too expensive. And that's what's going on with the wood chipper. So we're on pause there. We have some of these guys that we propagated up into these little pots many, many weeks ago. Feels like they're doing pretty good. Look at that. Little baby succulents in there. These are some bulbs that were pulled out of my front yard because I have a weed, really invasive weed growing in my front yard I'm trying to eradicate. And then these are just some thyme and oregano cuttings from the plant out there. They're also doing fine. We have garlic. I harvested the garlic scapes from these guys. So they're going to be ready to harvest anytime now, like sooner rather than later. My peas seem to be doing better in here than they are out in the garden. So they should start to fully climb within the next few weeks. The tower is beautiful. The dill is tall. Expected. Then we got some of the purple basil. The chamomile is doing great in here. The marigold flowering, beautiful. I might transplant that to the garden. I seeded a new tray of lettuce, quick growing lettuce, and the other basil I have in here is doing good too. Pork. The greens just keep getting bigger and bigger. We've been making salads out of this for the past 2 weeks. It's been great, but I gotta start really working our way through because I want to plant some of those tomato plants in here. I have some dwarf tomatoes inside in my arrow garden I would like to plant in here. The cucumbers are already out of control. Yeah, I almost don't want to talk about this because I have to figure out how I'm going to trellis them up and over this way. They're already filling that up pretty quickly. Same with the beans. Look, the beans. Where are you going? Come back. Yeah, it's getting a little crazy already. And I stupidly... Oh, no. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, don't go over there. No, please. Please. I stupidly planted some cucumbers down here, too. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what I was thinking. I planted too much. I put things too compact in here. That's what I always overplant. It's the curse of the gardener. Okay, I put in some beans here as well. Speaking of overplanting, I just sowed some seeds directly, so those seem to be popping up now, at least 2 of them. And those back there are an eggplant that I put in. I think these are both eggplants. Yeah. And then 2 peppers in here that have been doing all right. They've been growing quite a bit since they were transplanted in here. Here's this thing that I did the other day. Usually, yes, I know you would have like 1 liter that you would wrap around the string. Just don't judge me, okay? We're just gonna let it go. I know there's like 6 stems intertwined in there. And then a bunch of my house plants are doing good. This guy is really starting to get some more fuzzy fingers forming. Say that 10 times fast. Fuzzy fingers forming, fuzzy fingers forming. So I really like this plant and I'm happy to see it doing well. I thought I had to repot it. Maybe I still do, but so far so good. What else can I show you? Let's quickly go to the back. And then that'll be the end of the tour. It rained a little bit today compared to the other days. It wasn't that bad. So you can see we have been using the wood chipper, trying to chip some stuff. It looks a little weird back here because we got the black mulch and then the stuff we've made. So we're just going to try to do enough to the point where we can get it to be one even color again and it doesn't look weird. Because right now it's bugging me looking like this. The malva is starting to flower. Look at this. It's going to be so pretty. We have the milkweed growing real tall. I put a bunch of starters in here. They seem to be taking off. Stuff that was started by seed in the house earlier this year. So like snapdragons, calendula. I don't even know how to say that. Can somebody tell me in the comments how to say that? Echinacea, stuff like that. So all of those were planted in these little things. These guys come back every year. I actually took them out of the front yard and put them in there. I'm tripping over sticks. All of these have to go into the chipper. Some more malva. Hasn't started to flower. Chocolate mint coming back. Surprisingly, my pineapple mint did not come back, but my chocolate mint did. And lots of mosquitoes back here. That rotten tomato that I just smushed into the soil is really coming up like crazy. Now they're starting to go through a little bit of a growth spurt. And we have some onions here. And this was the asparagus we planted in the spring a couple weeks ago. Don't know how it's doing, if it's taking, but we'll see. And that's about it for back here. Still have a disaster with all my pots. I had a blockage in my rain tube I had to fix in the middle of the rain storm. That was fun. Couldn't take you along for that. So sorry. And yeah, lots of work to be done in here to clean up still. So that's what I'm like mostly working on within the next few weeks, is just tidying up the greenhouse, putting in plants in spaces that plants have failed, and maybe doing a few more starters because the garlic is going to come out probably in like a month. So I should do some starters so that when the time comes where I have to pull all of those, I'll have maybe like lettuce starters or something to put back in there. But not a whole bunch going on. We had a bonfire last night and we've just been enjoying the birds, the baby birds. So I hope you have a lovely day and we'll see you next Sunday. Bye.